Dear Mr Clooney, can I call you George? Hi, my name's Olivia, but you can call me Liv. I'm from Oz, not the one with Yellow Brick Road, and there aren't any wizards nearby, so that's not where I'm from. But I'm a 20-something, just learning the ropes of film production and life, really. I've never written what would be considered fan mail before. This isn't really fan mail, it's more of a video, but don't get me wrong, I think you're a wonderful person from the bits and bobs I've heard, and I have enjoyed a number of your films. I also heard somewhere once that you don't charge much so that more funding can go into the production of whatever film it is you're working on, which is great. But I'd rather this not be mistaken for a gushing letter begging for an autograph, because that's not my style. Although it kind of is. I sort of waved at Ben Affleck once at a premiere, but he ignored me, so I thought, well, fuck that. I swore. However, that said, I did just return home from viewing Gravity in 3D. Yeah, 3D is a gimmick, I know, but it was the only early session time. And I did go by myself because I didn't want to get attacked. And holy guacamole shitballs, I think I caught a piece of the meaning of life floating around in that cinema. I know you didn't write the film or produce it, but all the same, the part where you came into the capsule, only to later find out that it was all Ryan's dream, broke my heart. Spoiler alert, sorry. I don't know what it was, but something about the scene and the character you played resonated with me. I know it's all acting because I'm not an idiot, only sometimes, but you or your character was so comforting, and when Ryan woke up, I felt a real loss. And when I left the cinema, I looked up at the heavily polluted night sky, and I swear I was half expecting to see a tiny white dot just floating by, but I didn't. And the feelings of grief that I recently experienced for a family member started to seep back. Then I realised I was grieving for a fictional character, so I got my shit together and I came back down to earth. Pun intended. But it has always amazed me how a film can shake you to your very core like that. Sometimes it's not always good, but other times what you witness on the silver screen feels more real than it does in the everyday. And maybe that's just my Gen Y talking, because, you know, we love to appreciate nature, but only from the safe distance of our tablet screen. But there's something in the magic of making the ordinary extraordinary. And to be honest, I don't really know why I'm writing this letter or recording it at 11:10 p.m. Because it probably won't reach you, but maybe I am procrastinating over a graphic design essay, or maybe I feel like I know you now, which is ridiculous because you're a movie star and I'm a journalism student from Wollongong who's wearing a cardigan. But the closest I've come into contact with you was probably when I went to Lake Como for about 1 hour last year because I had a connecting bus, and I sometimes use my friend's Nespresso machine. But then again, it's not really out of character for me. I mean, I did go to the cinema by myself on a Saturday evening, and I could have gone with a friend or even a boy, but I didn't. Instead, I had a yogurt as my only companion, which I didn't even eat, by the way, because I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. But before I go on to a tangent about the benefits of probiotics in the cinema, and trust me, there are benefits, I'll just end it right here-ish. So basically, if you weren't an international movie star and I wasn't obviously somewhat or a lot deluded, I'd like to shoot the shit with you one day. I mean, you seem like you'd have a wealth of knowledge about life's up and downs, and as an anxious 21-year-old, I'm always seeking wisdom, whether it be from an older adult or a WikiHow site or even WebMD. So I wish you all the best with your career, happiness, women, and just life in general, really. So I'm going to go now and get on with my life, but I hope you see this. Okay, sincerely, Liv Funnel. Bye! How the fuck do I turn it off? Oh, there we go.